Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we journey into a realm of myth and legend, a world painted with smoke and embers. We are talking about the titans of the sky, the living furnaces, the icons of fantasy, dragons. But where did these magnificent, fire-breathing beasts come from? Let's soar into the history of the ones who breathe fire. The image of a dragon is almost universal, yet it changes shape and meaning across cultures. In the West, we often picture the classic European dragon, a colossal, winged reptile, hoarding treasure in a mountain lair and breathing destructive fire. Think of Smaug from The Hobbit or the fearsome beasts from Game of Thrones. These dragons are often portrayed as symbols of chaos and greed, powerful adversaries for knights and heroes to conquer. Their fire is a weapon, a force of raw, untamable nature that can level cities and turn armies to ash. They represent the ultimate challenge, a test of courage against overwhelming power. But travel east, and the story of the dragon transforms. In China, the Elang is a divine creature, a symbol of power, luck, and prosperity. Unlike their European cousins, these dragons are often serpentine, wingless, and benevolent, soaring through the clouds as masters of water and weather. They bring life-giving rain, not destructive fire. They are wise, celestial beings, advisors to emperors, and guardians of the heavens. Here, the dragon isn't a monster to be slain, but a spirit to be revered. A similar reverence is found in other parts of Asia, from the Nga of India to the dragons of Korean and Japanese folklore, each embodying cosmic forces and spiritual significance. So how did these two very different traditions emerge? The European dragon's roots may lie in ancient Mesopotamia with creatures like the Mu, a hybrid beast serving the gods. The Greeks and Romans had their own giant serpents and sea monsters, like the Hydra and Cetus. Over time, these tales of monstrous serpents merged with biblical accounts of creatures like the Leviathan and Satan, depicted as a great red dragon. By the Middle Ages, the dragon had solidified its role as the ultimate villain, a physical manifestation of evil that heroes of faith and valor were destined to overcome. Meanwhile, the Eastern dragon's origin is believed to be tied to early worship of nature. Ancient Chinese tribes may have used different animals as their totems. As these tribes merged, their totems might have combined, creating a composite creature with the body of a snake, the antlers of a deer, the claws of an eagle, and the scales of a carp. This creature became the ultimate symbol of unity and imperial power, embodying the harmony of the natural world rather than its destructive chaos. But what about the fire? Where did the iconic fire breathing come from? This is one of mythology's great mysteries. Some scholars theorize it could be an ancient attempt to explain real-world phenomena. Imagine an early human witnessing a meteor streaking across the sky like a fiery serpent. Or perhaps it's connected to the venom of certain snakes, which can cause a burning sensation. Another fascinating theory links it to a peculiar behavior of the cobra. When threatened, some cobras can spit venom, and if the sun catches the spray just right, it can momentarily glitter as if it were a flash of fire. It is a small leap for the ancient imagination to turn a burning venom spray into a torrent of actual flame. From the medieval manuscripts of Europe to the imperial robes of China, dragons have held a powerful grip on our collective imagination. They are more than just monsters. They are complex symbols. They can represent our greatest fears, death, chaos, and the unknown. But they can also represent our highest aspirations, wisdom, strength, and transcendence. They are the untamed wilderness and the divine order, the treasure-hoarding beast and the benevolent guardian. In the modern era, dragons have enjoyed a massive resurgence. Fantasy literature, films, and video games have given them new life and new forms. We've seen dragons as companions, as mounts, as ancient sources of wisdom, and even as the last of a dying race. Authors like J.R.R. Tolkien, George R.R. Martin, and Ursula K. Le Guin have explored the deep symbolism of dragons, using them to ask profound questions about power, nature, and humanity's place in the world. They are no longer just simple monsters for a hero to slay. They are characters in their own right, with motivations, histories, and sometimes a tragic sense of loss. This evolution shows just how adaptable the myth of the dragon is. It changes to reflect the values and anxieties of the society telling the story. In an age of chivalry, the dragon was the ultimate test of a knight's virtue. In an age of exploration, they were the here-be dragons on the edge of the map, the embodiment of the dangerous unknown. And in our modern, more complex world, they reflect our own ambiguous relationship with power, its potential for both immense creation and devastating destruction. The ones who breathe fire, whether it is the literal fire of the Western beast or the metaphorical fire of divine power in the East, continue to fascinate us because they embody a fundamental duality. They are terrifying yet magnificent, destructive yet awe-inspiring. They live in that magical space between the world we know and the world we dream of. They remind us that there are forces in the universe far greater than ourselves, and that a single spark of fire, of life, or of imagination can change everything. Thank you so much for joining me on this mythical journey today. What does the dragon symbolize to you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into legend, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the stories that shape our world. We'll see you in the next one.